Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to Wasteland 2. This is the director's cut, which for me doesn't really matter if it's the original or the director's cut because I've never played it before. So we're going into this game completely, well, not completely blind, but pretty blind. I know very, very little. But what I am doing is I am going into this game with a custom group. All of my core characters I made myself. However, I will give credit to YouTuber Maul, who is the one who I used his basic blueprint for putting characters together. Now, unfortunately, I wish that I could have more of a more options for the profile pictures here for their portraits, but it is what it is. So I have, these are my characters. My leader of my group is Katerina Novella Tolstoy. She will be our go-to person for all communications with anyone that we happen to run into. We have Moose Malone. Moose is like our main fighter, gun user, etc., etc. We have Abraham Salib, and Abraham is our sniper, and Anasha Hatathli, and she is our skills person, our skills tech. She's going to be the one who's going to be doing all this crazy skill checks and whatnot. So anyway, let's move on. Let's get into the game, get into the story. I'm not going to play forever tonight. We'll just go over some of the basics, but I want to at least get into the game. Select difficulty. Well, we're just going to play seasoned. I think that's fine. That's just the standard default difficulty. So, people that are unfamiliar with this game, you're going to notice that this has a lot in common with Fallout, except this is an isometric tactical game instead of a free roaming third and first person shooter type game. But Fallout was heavily influenced by the Wasteland series, apparently. And Wasteland 3 will be coming out this month, so I really wanted to dive into this and play this before that game came out, because I want to play that as well. Alright, so here we go, guys. We'll let the intro play through.
What comes after the end? I don't know. Neither did they. They were just an Army engineer battalion, constructing roads and bridges deep in the middle of the Arizona nowhere. They didn't know why Armageddon had come. They'd heard radio chatter about an attack on some space-based missile platform. But who had attacked it, or why? No one knew. What they did know is that the politicians and the generals had finally ended the world. Now, everything was gone. They took over a federal prison for a fort, kicked out the convicts, got busy starting from scratch. Maybe it was an act of mercy. Maybe they figured that the prisoners would die out in the harsh new world. Whichever, it came back to bite the engineers in the ass. Cultists, criminals, cannibals. They've been living with the fallout ever since. Good people had survived too, called for help in the night. And those engineers, those common soldiers, could not stand by and see them die. So they came out of their fort, and they helped the survivors defend their homes. And for that, they earned a new name, a proud name, the Desert Rangers. Now, Rangers, I know at times it seems our cause is hopeless. And I know it's hard to say goodbye to a brother in arms. But I want you to know something else. That no Ranger who dies in the line of duty will ever be forgotten. Nor will he have ever died in vain or unavenged. Thank you, recruits.
Oh, and here we are. A stiff-bearded older man wearing a hard-worn ranger uniform and a battered old cowboy hat. General Vargas walks with a cane, but he's not helpless. He wears a pearl-handled revolver on his hip, and there are a lot of notches on the barrel.
I appreciate you coming to Captain Ace's retirement party when you hardly knew the man. Appropriate, too, seeing as how investigating his death will be your first duty as a Desert Ranger.
How did Ace die, sir?
Ace had been trying to locate a faint radio signal, which has lately been giving us cause for concern. We gave him 3 repeater units and sent him to hook them up to 3 remote radio towers. This would have allowed us to get a fix on the signal. But sadly, Ace was murdered by unknown assailants right after hooking up the first tower, and his logbook and the last 2 repeater units were stolen.
The signal is a threat, sir?
The voice on those broadcasts disturbed me greatly. It talked crazy talk about a future where man and machine would be one. Worse, it talked about us, the Desert Rangers, specifically. It said it was coming for us.
Repeater units, sir.
When you get back to the Citadel, talk to our radio expert, Wade Woodson, if you want to know more about the technical details. All I know is the repeaters will upgrade the towers and allow us to zero in on the mystery signal.
Where are the radio towers?
I'll give you the locations of the towers once you have the repeaters in hand. More important to find them first.
So you think the logbook was stolen, sir?
Don't know, but it wasn't on Ace's person when he was found. Look for it. It might have some clues as to his death.
We're happy to be given the opportunity, sir, but are you sure we're ready?
Yeah, I know. You've hardly found your feet with us, and here I am sending you on a mission that already got 1 Ranger killed. Well, I wish I had another option, but the Desert Rangers are spread a little thin right now. Ranger teams Abel and Charlie are out west trying to stop a range war out there from becoming straight-up genocide. And Team Baker is up north looking for a way through the radiation that's cut us off from Vegas. I'm afraid the next generation is going to have to lead the charge on this one.
So what's the mission, sir?
The mission is this. Search the area where Ace's body was found, and do your best to recover his logbook and the repeater units. Then call in your report. If you find the repeaters, I may send you on to finish his mission. Ace's death must be avenged, and it will be. But finding the signal he died trying to track down is just as important. Besides, I got the sneaking suspicion that when you find the one, you'll find the other.
So where is this area, sir?
It's about a day's walk east from here. I'll mark it on your map.
Boom! Okay. Local map.
There you go.
World map. That's cool. Call in, sir?
Yes, call in on your radio. Your radio is your lifeline to Ranger Citadel. We'll be calling you with alerts and updates on your current missions, and sending you new missions when we receive distress calls. As Rangers, it is your sworn duty to respond to those calls. That is the contract we made with the people of Arizona when we opened for business.
So, when can we enter the Citadel, sir?
Once you prove yourself, the Citadel will be your new home. Consider this mission the final test of your training. If you succeed, you are welcome within our walls. If you fail, then you aren't cut out to be a Desert Ranger, and we won't let you in.
We're gonna be a hard ass. What if we prove ourselves by kicking down the Citadel's doors, sir?
The hard-ass approach, huh? Well, you might get what you want from some folks in the Waste through intimidation, but it doesn't always work, particularly with old hard-asses like myself. You want to kick down our doors, go ahead, give it a try. But I ain't pissing myself just because you growled at me.
Oops. Alright, thank you, sir. We'll do our best.
Good luck out there, recruits.
The logbook. It's your guide to the missions your Ranger squad has acquired and completed, including notes from other information. You can access it from the inventory menu. Simply select a specific mission entry in the list to see more details. It pays to keep tabs on your progress. Alright. So how do I skip from character to character? Oh, so pretty simple. Let's see, R1 and L1 buttons. Guess I'll take it. You'll find many items in the Wasteland, some of which can be used in the game world. To use these, you can open your inventory and choose the Use Item button option, not button, option while selecting that item. Certain items can also be used on objects in the world by walking up to them and using the interaction button shown. Remember that most items can only be used on certain objects or characters. Use a shovel? Alright, we're not going to use a shovel on the grave. Okay, it's not giving us the option to talk to them. PFC David Asaf. Cadet Zambra. Alright, so we get the idea. So let's just real quick take a little stroll. So the way that this game is generally going to work is when you're wandering around outside of combat, you don't have to worry about action points or anything like that. But then once you get into combat, then you have to deal with having a limited number of actions that you can take. It's all part of your AP. Okay, so the touchpad brings this up. Filthy jacket. So my character is just going to look the way they're going to look, I guess. The jacket has its own flourishing ecosystem. A bedroll pack. Khaki pants. Alright, pump shotgun. So my characters also have perks and quirks. Hold on. So, for instance, quirk is opportunist. I don't know why I can't speak. So if you'll see here, it takes a certain ethical flexibility to take advantage of others, and it's a flexibility you possess. Your predatory nature means that you kick your enemies just a bit harder when they're down. However, you're also equally timid and fearful of harm coming to you, and as a result, you do less damage to those that are healthy. So, with these perks and quirks thing, or I should say quirk, there's a benefit and there is a drawback. So benefit is plus 50% damage against any target at less than 35% of their their health. Drawbacks is minus 25% damage against any target at more than 35% constitution. So the idea here is that with this character, we want other people to do most of the damage and whittle the enemies down, and then she can finish them off. So, and everyone has their own biography. I'll read off their biographies really quick. So, Novella was the daughter of a historian. Growing up, she found great value in research and studying. This trait came to be her best asset after joining the Desert Rangers. She's quick to analyze the situation or individual and respond accordingly. So, our skills, like right now, we don't have, why is it saying Moose Malone? Oh, just because that's what he happens to be. Okay. So, she is only... She's got shotguns. That's really the only thing that she's particularly good at, gun-wise. I can probably learn to use other weapons as time goes on, but right now this is all that we have. So let's go to the next character. So I guess everybody pretty much has low dosage pain relievers. Okay. Tactical pack, buckskin jacket, cargo pants, assault rifles. So he's using a venerable military long rifle, just a regular assault rifle. Character. I like that it also says like how many kills and damage that's been done. So his little quirk here is brittle bones. A ranger with high coordination has grace, a deft touch, and fine motor skills. Coordination helps avoid traps and attacks. Oh wait, I'm not. That's just coordination. I wanted to read this. Derp. Okay, so brittle bones. You suffer from a rare birth defect that makes walking quickly difficult. But you've learned to make up for this by being especially quick and economical with your actions. So the benefits is +2 base action points, but the drawbacks is minus 50% base combat speed. So he won't be able to move as fast, but I do get a couple extra action points. So hopefully what that'll mean is that in combat, he might have a little more of an edge to get another attack, move a little bit further. He's just not going to be very fast. So he's also got mechanical repair, safe cracking, lock picking. Oh, biography I was going to read. His name is Moose Malone, by the way. Moose lost his family to a viral outbreak that killed everyone in his ramshackle town except for himself and 3 other young people. At the age of 12, Moose went with his young friends to seek help, but instead were recruited by a small gang of raiders called the Wholesale Slaughters. Moose was part of many attacks on innocent people until he simply couldn't take it anymore. He escaped the Wholesale Slaughters and has since joined the Desert Rangers in hope of redemption. Next character is Abraham Salib. Unfortunately, we didn't have a profile picture available that looked like him at all. So he doesn't have any quirks. His biography. Abraham has always had a knack for handling a rifle, needing a single bullet to take down whatever unfortunate target graces his crosshairs. Until recently, that simply meant potential dinner while hunting. But after a raider gang attacked his family and burned what they couldn't carry away, he chose to put his skills to better use as a desert ranger and bring Cretans to justice. So, he is a sniper. He also has weaponsmithing, demolitions, and perception. Super Mega Ultra Pack. A leather coat. Monk robes skirt. Head wrap. Sensible desert wear. So what do we have here? Some ammo and more pain relievers. And last but not least, we have Nasha Hatathli. Pontiac chest plate, loincloth, military pack. Let me see something real quick. She's got 18 bucks. He's got 22. She's got $2. Interesting. But yeah, she's got a phase blaster. Alright, her quirk. Delayed gratification. Good things come to those who wait, your mama always said. You are never the sharpest tool in the shed, but when you take to something, you really take to it. So the benefits. +1 skill point for each level up after level 10. However, the drawback is it's minus a skill point each level up before level 11. So levels 1 through 10, whenever I level up, I'll get 1 less skill point than I normally would. But that's only for the first 10 levels. Then level 11 and on, I will get all of my regular skill points plus 1 additional. So right now, it's 3 skill points per level that we'd be getting. So biography. Born in a nomadic tribal family, Nacha has always felt most comfortable on the road and traveling to new locales. However, she felt that her life wasn't accomplishing enough to have any true meaning. She opted to remain at a small outpost as her family moved on. This outpost belonged to the Desert Rangers, and she saw her chance to make an impact on this dangerous world. To that end, She's focused her free time on learning about all manner of technical skills, despite them not being a traditional part of her tribal upbringing. Thought that would kind of be an interesting little comparison, or here she is like a Native American, didn't grow up, but knowing all about all these different technical things, but this is at least not traditionally, that's not taught in her family, but she has instead focused on all of this stuff. Okay, so let's jump out of here. And move right along. Hold on, I just want to make sure that I'm not missing.
God damn it, Ace. You never should have put down the wrench and picked up the gun.
Okay, I can't get in there. That scared the shit out of me. To move the camera, use the right stick. There are different camera control modes in Wasteland 2, which you can change by pressing R3. The first and default camera mode is rotate zoom mode, which can follow your selected ranger and allow you to zoom the camera in and out and rotate around that ranger. The second camera mode is pan mode. This camera mode allows you to pan the camera across a game world and look more closely at things from a distance. You may find this useful to scout out a situation before jumping in. Third camera mode is locked mode. Locked mode stops camera movement, allowing you to move your squad without the camera following. In locked mode, the camera controls are reassigned to scroll the printer text log and change its size. Ah. Okay, so here is... Okay, yeah, we're literally... Ah. Okay, pressing up is the local map. Pressing left. Alright, left is our logbook.
Copy, Echo 1. This is Ranger Command. Go ahead. Over.
Okay, and pressing to the right in my directional pad calls in.
Copy, Echo 1. Appreciate the update.
Radios just shut up, blah, blah, blah. Alright, well, we know what the radio does. Okay. Wish there was a way to make the whole thing smaller right there. Ah, okay. Hello. Kindly older woman in standard issue ranger garb. She seems occupied counting goods and organizing crates. Aside from the clothes, she's the picture of a loving grandmother. You could swear she smells faintly of fresh baked cookies. She's Corporal Solveig Seaforce. Hello, recruits. Welcome to Solveig Sundries. Happy to trade whenever you like. An honor to make your acquaintance. Always nice to see new faces around here. And a pleasure to make sure they have everything they need before they head out into the big bad world. What do you have to trade? Nice to meet you too. What's your story? So can you outfit us? Alright, nice to meet you too. Oh, it's not so interesting. I grew up in a village near here, but I was already a grandmother twice over when the Desert Rangers moved into the Citadel. I saw how much good the Rangers were doing, and I wasn't up to much with my children moved to the other villages to start their own families. It was a little unconventional for an old lady to go through basic training, but I pulled my weight and earned my star. I may not be too useful in forward operations, but I've got lots of experience keeping people well fed and well clothed, and I can run a drill press with the best of them. So, General Vargas has me help Sergeant Melson run the supply, and I help Matter Captain in the workshop now and again. So, you can outfit us? Well, with essentials as tough to find as they are, I can't just give them away for free. Believe me, I wish I could. But we keep our prices as close to cost as we can for our rangers. You can stop by for the basics whenever you're in the area, and once you get clearance to enter the Citadel, you'll get access to some of our more valuable goodies. You'll have to talk to Sergeant Melson about that when you get inside. So, the Ranger Citadel, what about it? I do love this place nowadays. It used to be full of some kooky birds back when I was younger. Fellas seem to worship pre-war junk, even if they didn't know what it was, and they couldn't share none of it. Well, I shouldn't get too judgmental. I'm sure they thought they were doing right. So what's General Vargas like? He's a modern-day Patton. He's got a mind for strategy and knows how to make the tough calls, but he's got a gentle side too. What's Sergeant Melson like? Oh, he's a great friend and a great quartermaster. We'd all be eating sand and wiping with cactus flowers without him. And what's Mayor Captain like? She's the smartest person I've ever met, bar none. She can whip up laser beams and water purification systems like I whip up pies. Okay, so what do you have to trade? We won't be able to afford anything, I'm sure. So, goat hide armor. Leather jacket. So I wonder... Yo, what's up, Von Kraft? Compare. Guess I got nothing to compare it to? Shoddy radiation suits. That's expensive, so I'm gonna need a lot of money. Or scrap, rather. Okay, assault rifles. First bullpup, sturdy battle rifle. Sawed-off shotgun. Wood staff, midnight special, nail board. I mean, we have weapons. Right now, obviously, I don't need to worry about buying anything. I'm just curious what they have. TNT. Yikes. Small scope. So I can't even put a scope on without having my weapon smithing up. Suture kit. Need a surgeon skill of 1. Akita figurine. Interesting. Oh, I should have had everybody smoke, and then I could have sold all their cigarettes. Alright, so we get an idea of what she's got. Nothing for you today? Nope. Lovely to meet you. Team Echo, come back again real soon. Von Kraus saying, how do I sleep? Probably just watch this for long enough and you'll get bored and pass out. Good to see you, recruits. Afraid I can't open this door for you yet. Okay, that's okay. A desert ranger in scarred but spotless combat armor stands at attention before the doors of the ranger citadel. It gives you a friendly salute. Continue. Welcome to Ranger Citadel, recruits, but the general ordered me not to let you in before you finish your first investigation. Let us in? Ha! Try and stop us. Talking tough already, huh? Well, I won't get you through this door, but I like your chutzpah. Chutzpah, not chutzpah, chutzpah. Still, you might want a little bite to back up that bark of yours. Tell you what, I got a little toy that might help. Interested? Oh, I'm interested. You bet. I call her the Mississippi Mule because she kicks like one. A double-barreled flintlock pistol that'll turn your enemies into thin red paste, as long as they're within 10 feet of you. She was my go-to gal when I was out on patrol, but now I'm stuck here on duty. But now I'm stuck here on duty, she don't get much use. You can have her, as long as you promise to put her to good use. Oh, I promise. Pretty sure that's a promise we can keep. Awesome. Great, here you go. Treat her good and she'll do the same to you. Wow. Thank you so much, dude. Well then. This does 2 barrels, blah 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 blah. So 10 to 14 damage. This is 9 to 14 damage. So already this looks like it's already better. Make that our primary weapon. 7 to 12 meters. I don't think my phone will auto turn off and the battery is low. Uh-oh. How long do you think this stream will be? Maybe like another 20, 25 minutes at the most. If I even go that long. I don't know if I'm gonna go a full hour. Because I've already been going for a little more than half an hour. Okay, so this requires what kind of ammo? Pump shotgun. 12 gauge ammo. Alright, so they both use 12 gauge ammo, so there's no reason for me to have both of these equipped. The pump shotgun has slightly more range. It has a 7-round capacity. But okay, already I can tell that the old Mississippi Mule is the better weapon. So let's unequip that and let's Alright, so that's our primary weapon. So she'll only be able to fire twice and then have to reload. But once again, she should be finishing enemies off. So it won't really be an issue if we don't have the 7-round capacity.
Hey, Echo 1. Mind picking up that can over there for me? Think there's some water in there.
Tin cans and goats usually go together. Instincts are telling you might not want to steal this goat's next meal. Yeah, you can kiss my ass there, pal. A line of white poles forms a semicircular perimeter around the entrance. What could they be for? Rook. One of the other rangers said that trainees usually don't get placed on a team until someone dies. You guys are lucky so far. The general said he'd be out here to train us after the funeral. You guys headed out on a mission? Man, I'm so jealous. Can't wait to get out of there. Or to get out there. Maybe they'll let us join Echo. You know, if one of you dies. Okay, I hear a dog panting, but I don't see the dog. Whoa! Okay, so that'll send us out. Look, use a shovel. Scrap. Barter skill bonus, 1%. Party scrap. We just got a whole bunch. Scrap is a currency you'll use in the Wasteland. You can use scrap to pay for items merchants are selling, and they'll also pay you back in scrap for any items sold to them. Unlike inventory items, there is no maximum limit to how much scrap your party can carry, and it does not weigh anything. Scrap is frequently labeled as a $. Okay. So that's all that was. So picked up 10 scrap, I guess. 10 scrap, some ammo, and a deck of cards. Alright, cool. So this is definitely going to be one of those games where we're going to be wanting to pay real good attention to stuff like this. Okay, so 8 scrap, more ammo, 30 cal ammo, and medicine pouch. Junk. There's herbs in here. So this is basically the game being like, well, if you were paying attention and took that shovel before, and you got all kinds of stuff that you can take. Scrap, more 38 ammo, broken sunglasses. But the broken sunglasses, while they're broken, we can sell them. Okay, so I can kind of go in places. Hello. A tough-looking redhead with decades of sun and wind and hard living etched into her angular face stands sobbing in the shadows. You saw her at Ace's retirement party. That was Ace's funeral. The sleeves on her uniform have been torn off, revealing multiple tattoos in her sinewy arms, all skulls. The tears running down her cheeks are splashing on a rusty old wrench she holds in her scarred hands.
Sorry about the waterworks. I'm still pretty broke up over Ace. I'm Angie. You kids must be the new recruits old Vargas trained up. Lord, y'all just babies.
Yeah, we saw you at Ace's funeral. You knew him well?
They all hurt, but this one... Man. Ace wasn't even a ranger. Not at first. He worked as a driver and mechanic for Fair and Brygo up in Vegas. When Base Cochise started sending its death machines into the desert, Brygo sent Ace south to recruit robot fighters. We met him in quartz. He'd pissed somebody off out there and they'd locked him up. We sorted that out, and he started running with us, helping us fight Cochise. Never stopped. Vargas eventually gave him the uniform and the hat. But I don't think he ever formally signed on. He was just always there. And now he's...
Robot fighters, huh?
God damn it, Ace. I knew this one was trouble, I knew it.
How well do you know General Vargas? Babies? Us? Yeah, babies? Us?
Sorry, but you are. As cute as little kittens. Y'all remind me of us. Snake, Razor, Thrasher, and me. Back when we were just starting out. Thinking we were gonna save the world for the future. Thinking none of us would ever die.
So how come Snake and Thrasher, their names are in green, and Razor's name is in red? Also, this girl's name is Angela Death, which is pretty great.
Christ, sorry. Don't listen to me. Youth is good. Optimism is good. If we all started out worn out and jaded like me, nobody'd ever try to change the world. So you kids go ahead and give it a go. Maybe it'll work this time.
So how well do you know General Vargas?
Better than he'd like. Back in the day, the General was the craziest of us all. But somehow, after he brought down Base Cochise, he became the sanest. Now he's running the whole show, and doing a damn fine job. While I'm still walking patrols and answering radio calls. Shows you how much ambition I got, huh?
Oh, I see you have Ace's name tattooed in that heart on your arm.
You noticed that, huh? Well, Ace always said I wore my heart on my sleeve. Yeah, me and Ace. We were more than just old army buddies, if you know what I mean. That's why it hurts so bad. That's why I want to come with you.
You want to come with us? Wait, is she recruitable? So that's another thing with this. We have the core 4 people. And then we can recruit other people to come with us. So we can recruit NPCs. And from what I understand, we can recruit up to 3 other people at a time. Now, I don't know if that's just like, you have to be careful about who you bring with you, or if you can swap people in and out. I'm hoping you can swap people in and out. So where's Quartz?
Man, not sure I can recall. Haven't been out that way in ages. Don't even know if it's still on the map. Ask Thrasher, he'd know.
So you thought Ace's mission was trouble?
He was working on the same thing Vargas has you working on. Trying to track down radio signals from beyond the edges of the map. All seemed a bit boring and scientific to me. Then Ace started saying he thought someone was following him. I asked him to let me come with him when I met him at Rail Nomads to give him the repeater units. But he told me to go back to base. He said he was just jumping at shadows because those radio broadcasts had spooked him. I should have gone with him. Why didn't I go with him?
So, General Vargas used to be called Snake.
Well, like I said, he was one wild-ass son of a bitch back in the day. But I think the weight of his responsibilities has kind of squashed that out of him now. He hasn't been in a decent bar fight in, shit, a decade maybe?
So what happened to Hellraiser?
He's another one gone. Went out for a patrol a few weeks back and never came home. Don't know if he's dead or AWOL or gone off to join the Scorpions. All anybody knows is he hasn't called in, and we haven't heard from anybody who's seen him. I miss old Hellraiser like blazes. Didn't talk much. Didn't make friends easy. Wasn't big on social graces. But he was as loyal as they come. And when the shit started flying, he was the guy you wanted at your back. He didn't win that name by accident. Sharp as a razor. Scary as hell.
So where's Thrasher now?
You better call him Gilbert now. Funny, back in the day, he just seemed like this big old growly bear. Strong as an ox and just about as articulate. But then he got all torn up during our fight with the robots from Base Cochise. He couldn't go out on patrol no more. Any other commander would have handed him his walking papers. But Vargas doesn't dump old friends. So he started him working in the museum. And once you know it, turns out the old bear has a knack for cartography. He's been gradually mapping our little corner of the wasteland ever since. Who'd have thunk it?
So, what was Base Cochise? I mean, I heard you talking about robots.
An old military facility from before the war. And the biggest fight the Rangers ever had. There was some crazy computer in there that kept spitting out robots and sending them off to kill people. We had one hell of a fight putting it down. Earned our stripes that day. Literally. That's when I became Captain Death.
Captain Death. So tell me about the rail nomads.
Could be a nice little place, if the Atchisons and Topekans would kiss and make up. I can't even remember what it's all about, but between them, they got enough old railroad tech that if they worked together, they could give this area a real transportation system. Instead, seems like all they want to do is blow each other's heads off. Idiots.
Do you know any more about these repeater units?
I don't really know the details. It's all a bunch of mumbo-jumbo about transmitters and north-south axis and signals bouncing off the clouds. Ask Woodson about it. He's our radio genius.
So have you heard any of these strange broadcasts?
Ace played me some of them before he died. Hard to make out a lot of it, but what I heard made my hair stand on end. Some guy talking about turning men into machines. Or machines into men, or some shit. But the crazy thing was, then he starts talking about us, the Rangers, saying we're the cause of all the trouble in the world, and we need to be wiped out so his glorious future can be born. I mean, who is this guy? Where is he? What the fuck does he have against us?
So, tell me about the Red Scorpions.
You weren't briefed on those fucks during your training? Well, let me fill you in. You know when we left the prison and moved here to the Citadel? Well, the Scorpions were the jerks who moved into the prison when we moved out.
Huh.
Just a bunch of Rangers back then, but they've been getting more organized. Call themselves the militia now, and they try to act like they're the Desert Rangers of Eastern Arizona. But that's a load of horse shit. The protection racket ain't the same as protecting people. They shake down all their towns for money, and if the locals don't kick in, they smash them up. The Rangers aren't like that. We get by on donations and good old-fashioned scavenging.
So, a computer was making robots.
Yeah, the Base Cochise AI. Don't know what was wrong with it. Broken, I guess. It thought everybody was its enemy. It wanted to kill the whole planet.
So do you know Woodson?
Radio technician Wade Woodson? Sure do. He's the guy that makes sure you can hear Vargas when you're out on patrol. Keeps the machines running and the signal clear. He'll also talk your ear off about circuits and frequencies and I don't know what else if you let him. But be nice to him. He's your lifeline to the base.
Okay, lastly, what can you tell us about Eastern Arizona?
Basically everything between the prison and the radiation clouds to the east. There are a few small towns and farms out there, which the Scorpions claim is their territory. Rangers used to patrol that area before we moved here, and we knew it pretty well. But a lot can change in 15 years. Who knows? Maybe it's all as clean and nice and crime-free as the Scorpions say it is. But I've got my doubts.
Radiation clouds?
The edges of the map, kiddies. Big hot areas we can't get into without getting cooked to a crisp. The clouds move around some with the wind and the weather, but there are permanent hot spots on every side of us. North, south, east, and west. Until we started hearing those weird broadcasts, I kind of thought those clouds went on forever. And that Arizona was the last place on Earth. But maybe there's more people out there. Maybe the whole rest of the world's just fine, and we're the only ones in hell. Wouldn't that be a joke?
Okay, bye.
Say, listen. Vargas asked you to look into Ace's death because he thought I was too upset to be professional about it. He didn't want me going off half-cocked and shooting up all of Arizona looking for his killer. But I gotta find this guy. Ace and me, well, we've been fighting side by side for nigh on 20 years. I'm not letting him die unavenged.
Okay.
So, well, I know it's going against orders, but if you let me tag along and be in at the kill, well, I'll help you find your feet out there. Maybe give you a few pointers along the way. I may be old and slow, but I know the wastes like the back of my hand. What do you say?
I'd say yes. Bow, ba-dow,
Cool.
bow.
No need to tell Vargas why I joined you. If anybody asks, I'm just helping you get oriented, all right?
All right. During your travels, you may come across people willing to join your squad. These companions, CNPCs, can be controlled and customized just like your own ranger units, to start the game with, but may have personalities and characteristics of their own. Cool. So we've already got an extra person with us, so she has a wrench. So should I put that as her? Alright, so she also uses a long rifle. No quirks. Biography. A 15-year veteran of the Desert Rangers, not Angel, Angie was born into a strict religious community near the southern edge of the Arizona wastes. When she hit her teens, she rebelled against everything they stood for, and in the process nearly rebelled herself into an early grave. She found the Rangers when she woke up in their drunk tank. Joining them saved her life, and she hasn't looked back since. Cool. Oh, I'm glad I wandered over this way, because otherwise I wouldn't have known about that stuff. Okay, nothing to grab over here. Something's flashing over here. Aha! What is it? Water. It looks clean. You could top off your canteen here if you like. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Up. Use a shovel. Scorched snuff box. So, I'm guessing I could probably switch my gear amongst people at some point. Hello. Sorry, can't talk right now. Gotta clean up this graffiti. Graffiti? Carefully examining the fence, Katerina finds a lock. Chain link fence shakes but doesn't budge. A heavy duty lock holds the gate closed. Okay. I like how, I actually have to scroll down. Oh shit, I didn't realize. I'm sorry, dude. I didn't know you wrote. Vankar says, I'm in basically a fully dark room in a lazy boy as a rocking chair and have my teeth brushed. Kids have been dropped off. I just can't sleep. Did my message censor? Yellow? Nah, yeah, I wasn't even paying attention to the chat just now. Sorry, dude. But no, you didn't get censored that time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my son is still tapping away on his computer. I don't know. Whatever his friends that he's talking to, or gaming with, or watching a movie with, or who knows. Alright, so now we head into the Wastelands. Gather your squad and travel to the Wastelands. Yes. All squad members will go to the new location. Yup. Alright. Doubling up on ranger skills can be useful sometimes. Yeah. So that was one of the things I saw that they were talking about. They were advising. There's definitely things I want to double up on, but
This is Ranger Command. Come in.
Valkyrie saying I stood up a full night and day so I could sleep at 10 p.m. and here I am struggling at 2 a.m. That's the worst when you get your brain gets all messed up from bizarre sleep patterns. World map. When you have a location and enter the wasteland, the game perspective will zoom out and show the world map. Use left stick to travel. Alternately, you can access a world map screen by pressing the up directional button and select a location you have already discovered to travel there automatically. Okay, world map events. There are a number of things you can encounter on the world map. In addition to water and radiation, you can stumble upon both friendly and enemy random encounters, which will take you to a small special location to interact with characters or do battle. You may even find hidden loot caches from before the apocalypse and mysterious locations that few have ever seen. Okay. Oi. Outdoorsman. The Outdoorsman skill determines your squad's search radius on the world map when traveling, as well as its ability to avoid hostile random encounters. A good outdoorsman will be able to avoid dangerous enemies and discover new and hidden locations more easily. I don't know if I have that ability. I don't think I do. Okay, this is Ranger Team Echo.
Roger, Echo 1. Just making sure your radio is working. I'll be your dispatcher from here on out. I also wanted to give you a little heads up on your water situation. If you've all got full canteens, you should have enough water to reach the place where Ace died with plenty to spare. But if you're going to go exploring, you'll want to fill up again at any oasis you can find.
Minecraft says, what's weird is I'm tired, but it's the type where you feel tired out of bed, but once you're in, you're wide awake. But you know you'll be tired if you get out, so you sit and stir. Oh, dude, I know it. I go through bouts of insomnia, and that's a lot of times what happens. It's because you're, like, your mind starts racing when you lay down, and the other thing, too, is when you become aware of the fact you can't sleep, it frustrates you, like, it's frustrating. And it's hard to not think about that. So the more that you're aware you're not sleeping, the harder it is to actually sleep. Huge pain in the ass.
Remember, your main priority is to recover the repeater units Ace was carrying. Once you've got the devices, you'll be headed to Ag Center and High Pool to install them. But we'll talk about that after you acquire the repeaters. We must, of course, bring Ace's killers to justice. But right now, that's secondary to discovering the location of that signal.
Okay, so it's important to stay in contact with you.
It is vital that all teams stay in radio contact with me here at the base. We get distress calls from all over our jurisdiction and sometimes beyond. Towns or farms or mines being attacked by raiders, mutant beasts, what have you. We field those calls here and then dispatch whichever team is closest to the problem.
Does that mean does that mean you weren't always a dispatcher?
Until now, Woodson's been our dispatcher. But Ace's death made me realize I've spent too many years in my office, walled off from the world and how it's changing. I need to know what's going on out there, and I figure the best way to do that is to start listening to the people's problems. So, I've decided that from now on, I'll be the one fielding calls and talking in your ear when you head out into the wastes.
Alright, great. Von Carr saying, one of the causes of insomnia is lack of exercise, so I'll try that. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I mean, and plus, physical exercise wears you out anyway. But yeah, that's definitely, stress is another big cause of it.
Don't let that make you self-conscious or nothing.
Okay, Roger, out.
10-4, Echo 1, carry on. Ranger Command out.
Alright, so... I see how this works. So we're just kind of wandering. Holy crap, that scared me! Radiation. Radiation is a constant and deadly threat while traveling on the world map. Radiation is visible as large green clouds and denoted with a large radioactive icon. As you near an irradiated area, your Geiger counter will begin ticking. Entering a radioactive area will cause your squad to gradually take damage from the radiation. Each radiation cloud on the world map has a certain rating depicted on its icon, with higher ratings doing more damage more quickly. Okay. Radiation suits. Okay, we need radiation suits. I get it. Water. Yes, we need water. I understand. An oasis. Hey, hey. You found an oasis. Fill. Yes, let's please fill everything. What's this here? An encounter. You see what looks like a traveling vendor near your position. Von Kraft says, thing is, 3 days ago I worked out for an hour and with some dumbbells, which I never do. So I haven't been able to move my left elbow for a day or two. The bicep is alright, but the joint sucks. Yeah. Sounds like my knees. Like my knees are shot. Let's investigate. Alright, so this little encounter is going to be the last thing I do on the stream here. And then I'll be back on again tomorrow. Oh, what's up, armed people? Really don't have time. We don't run into many friendlies out here anymore. Okay, that was weird. I just got an indication that another message was posted, but nothing popped up. Now it's popping up because I had to hit live chat. Fuck it. PC time, say hi. It's your boy for me. Will do. Welcome, friends. Hello. Come and have a look. Only the very best merchandise. Okay, what are you selling? Have a little bit of everything. Buy now before it's too late. Okay. Well, she's crazy looking and definitely does not match her profile picture. How about I sell some junk? Deck of cards, medicine pouch, scorched snuff box. Alright, so that gave us some extra money. Surgeon item. I can't even purchase this? I can't anyway. It's 144 scrap. Holy crap. Antibiotics. Okay, so So I really can't afford any of this stuff. I mean, some of it I can, but I don't have that much money. I have 105 scrap. So, yeah. Okay, goodbye. Thanks for the help. Nothing else of random interest in this map. Doesn't look like it. Okay, but the good thing is there is a vendor here, so it's another location to potentially buy goodies while we are out and about. All right, hold on. All right, see you later, people. But before I leave here, that's where I'm going to actually leave the stream. Funcraft, is good to see you pop up there. So that's the first episode here of Wasteland 2. And we will carry on tomorrow and see where things lead us. I'm digging the game. I mean, we haven't done much yet, but I like these types of games, so I'm excited to really dive into this a little bit further tomorrow. But I'm also starving, so I gotta eat something. But anyway, guys, that's it for now, like I said. So I hope you're all staying happy, healthy, safe out there. That you're all being smart and not being scared in these crazy times. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe, hit that notification button, do all that YouTube stuff. And until the next one, as always, peace.